Hi, my name is Mandy Mayer, and I am currently the lead teacher at Sacred Heart Catholic School in Colby. This is Module 1. A little bit about me. I grew up in Western Kansas. I graduated from Fort Hays State University. I've been married for 11 years, and I have 3 wonderful children. And I've also taught kindergarten for 15 years. Currently, this is my first year as a lead teacher at Sacred Heart School in Colby, so this is a new adventure for me. So a lot of what I'm talking about had to do with when I was a teacher in my previous school. 10 academic activities that we would do in kindergarten. We did a lot with STEM, trying to incorporate that within our curriculum. We did reading and writing workshop. We had assessments that helped guide our instruction, like the PASS assessment and the STAR Early Literacy assessment. I worked really hard and did learning labs with our students, providing hands-on activities, learning things that had to do with what we were doing, differentiated to their level. We worked with phonics dance. We used mystery science, which the kids loved. Again, some more hands-on experience to have to do with the science curriculum that we were working. We used Seesaw and other technology to demonstrate and practice our learning, to show our learning, to practice what we were learning. And then also Think, Pair, Share and other cooperative learning strategies that we were using in our classroom. How did my school administrator support these activities? My school administrator was very supportive, provided opportunities for us to do these things, and I think all of these activities were really important as part of our learning, guiding what we were doing. The assessments guided our instruction, providing learning opportunities for our students to learn, not just paper pencil all the time, but hands-on things to help them demonstrate their learning. What would I do differently if I was the administrator in charge of these activities? I don't know, it's hard to say. Maybe provide more resources or training at times. Each teacher needs something different, so just being available to know what the teacher needed, the resources that they would need, the support that they would need. I think that's the big thing, is providing that support. And again, that looks different for each teacher and each classroom for each year. What do the teachers, students, and parents and other key stakeholders think about these academic activities? Again, I think they were all activities that we thought were useful and important. Students enjoyed doing them. Teachers enjoyed having the assessments and things as part of their activities, having those activities there. Parents enjoyed seeing the things that their students were doing. They loved Seesaw because the students could show them what they were doing. So it not only provided a tool for me as a teacher to know that the students had mastered the concept, but also shared that learning with the parent as well. 10 non-academic activities that were used in our classroom. Dramatic play, this was a big one, and this was super important in kindergarten. We worked really hard the last few years to incorporate that. So many skills were learned during this time by our students, turn taking and just real life skills that they could do. Brain breaks, guided drawing and art activities. Again, all of these things are things that provided students opportunities to do some hands-on learning and growth, struggle just a little bit. The makerspace activities, just giving them a bunch of things and saying, here, create this or do this. What are you going to make with this? Provided them to think outside of the box and find ways to learn and grow. Social groups, tribe meetings. This is where we met with other students in our school and did activities together. Again, usually an older grade. This provided that community within the school. They got to know other students in the school, and for kindergartners to know some of the big kids, that was always a big deal. Mood meters, calm corners, mindfulness activities. Again, all of these things we've introduced in the last few years to help with those non-academic skills to help the students be able to be successful. How does my school administrator support these activities? My school administrator was very on board with this. She allowed us to incorporate these things. Mindfulness activities, she would provide that each week in the morning announcements as a whole school. The Calm Corner and the Mood Meters, again, provided training for us on how to use those, checked up in with us to make sure that we were using those and that we needed the things that, again, the training and the things that we needed. What would I do differently if I was in charge of these activities? Again, I think it's just providing that support that's needed, whatever that might be. And again, each day that support might look like something different, because each day the students are different. What works for the students, what doesn't work for the students, the resources and things that are needed. Just allowing these things and the to know that these are important and that not everything has to be reading, writing, math, but that by doing some of these other things and allowing that, you can create so many learning opportunities for students, and you can incorporate those reading, writing, math into those things, but it can be in a way that's not, again, just paper, pencil learning that way. Teachers, students, and parents and other key stakeholders think about these activities. Again, I think that if the students love them, it provides them a way to show their learning and to think outside of the box, and to really get into some of those skills without, again, the paper pencil worksheet, every rote activities that are done. Parents enjoy seeing and hearing what the students are doing. Sharing those things with them are always important. For developing that relationship with those parents are always important. Okay, 10 takeaways from our reading. Non-academic skills include a wide variety of things. Motivation, focus, responsibility, critical thinking, time management, and study skills are all important for student success. Many have labeled these skills as supplemental, but recent studies have shown that what we have long considered to be the softer side of education is a requisite for success. Students that grow up in healthy homes and receive attention build better relationships more easily with their teachers and peers, and then are ultimately more successful. We oftentimes assume that children already come to school with these skills, but children's, especially those that grow up in adversity, need additional supports for the non-academic development. In the past, these skills were believed to be taught at home, and it wasn't the school's responsibility to teach these. But recently, educators have been asked to embrace their roles of developing non-academic skills in all racial, ethnic, and cultural groups. Many believe that these skills determine the success of the individual. Early exposure to these non-academic skills is imperative. The specific non-academic skills that are valued and the ways they are fostered vary very widely. They can be called many different things, including 21st century learning skills, character education, grit, growth mindset, non-cognitive traits and habits, social emotional skills, and even soft skills. We know that if the academic standards are what students are learning, then social emotional skills support how they learn. Equity means acknowledging students' differences and giving them what they need to be successful. We all know that students come with a wide variety of needs. Some have experienced trauma, some are learning English for the first time, others are below grade level. Students need different things in order to thrive and meet their full potential. We know that we're doing the work of equity when kids' backgrounds are no longer predict their outcomes. So providing that what that needs, whether it's more reading instruction for the students that's behind, or social skills for the student that needs to figure out how to be able to work with their peer. 5 ingredients to help school improvement. Create that collaborative culture between schools, families, and communities. Is develop a coherent approach to delivering instruction. Again, providing that training for teachers to know that what they're delivering, and they're delivering it in a way that is helpful for all. ongoing development of professional capacity of faculty, providing those resources for the faculty, strong community, parent community, school ties, getting those students, building that positive school culture within the school that includes parents, create a student-centered learning environment. Again, it should be student first, shared leadership to drive change, again, with your support from your administrators driving that change. And building a positive school culture helps students learn to manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, and make healthy decisions. Building those relationships is the key, not only with the students, but with the parents. Educating the whole child is founded upon research that confirms that students do better when they are emotionally and physically healthy, they feel safe, they're engaged, and they're supported. Schools can address non-academic barriers to learning and student success by implementing safe and supportive school practices that include social-emotional learning, school-wide positive behavior interventions, and supports trauma-informed practices. Observations of my administration. My administration has done a great job of focusing on these non-academic skills. Our district has provided the trauma-informed practices, and our administrator looks for how we're using these strategies within our classroom whenever she observes. Building the relationships has been a big focus for our district the last few years, and you can really see how that has helped. Standard correlation. This assignment correlates to the standard because it provides resources to help deepen our understanding of the necessary components of implementing and developing that non-academic student programs and helping students access those skills that they are needed to help them be successful. Relevant. It's relevant. This assignment was relevant because it helps us to see the importance of creating a culture that promotes learning for all students. We all know that more and more students are coming to us with more needs and more trauma and more just not able to learn. And if we focus on those and being able to get the child ready to learn, the academics comes later, and we haven't had that focus until the last couple years. Students used to come to school with those skills already in place, but now we're needing to teach those to those students. This assignment has helped me see the importance of creating the culture that provides opportunities for student growth. Again, we're asked to do so much as educators, and our plates are always full. But I feel like one of the most important things we can do is develop those non-academic skills. Information and learning is so available out there. They're so readily available. You can look up and Google anything. So students can have access to that learning things, but they need the skills in order to be able to be successful, and they're not getting that at home. Some of them are not coming with that, and us being able to provide those skills to help make them successful is vitally important, even more important at times than the academic learning. You can't learn the academic things if you don't have that relationship and have that culture for learning those skills needed. So helping students develop those are super important. Here are my references. Thank you so much, and have a great day.